Okay, folks, lucky number 7 here. In the last video, I had just revealed that I believe I have internet porn addiction. Now that I know I have internet porn addiction, and that when I first started to suspect I had it, it wasn't even a thing. It wasn't something that had been officially identified, and nobody had studies. Anyway, that was 1998. That was over almost 14 years ago. And it's been the same amount of time that I've had this sore thing, and I've had the porn addiction since shortly before I've had my started having my what's it called? My digestive issues, irritable bowel, and whatnot. So, is there a connection? Maybe there's a connection, maybe there's not. But I just mentioned that there may be a connection. Internet porn addiction. So some of the symptoms that I have experienced over the years that make me think I have internet porn addiction are this. I can't stop looking for porn. It's like I find porn, but then that's not good enough for me. And then gradually, it's like I keep looking for something else. And whatever it was I was looking at last time isn't sufficient this time. And that's a kind of adaptation, same kind of thing that goes on with drugs, where you get sensitive to it, so you don't get the same high off the same amount anymore. Now you need more, or in my case, you need different. Also, staying up late at night so that I'm so tired in the morning. Well, actually, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, or 3 o'clock in the morning, sometime in the AM, that I'm going to bed, and like all this time I could have been out actually talking to real girls, or doing homework, or other things. One thing that's missing from my life is a lot of social interaction with the opposite sex in a sexual context, in a romantic, or what do you want to call it, in a courtship context. Whether that be going out to bars, whether that be just meeting people, randomly in stores, on the bus, or whatever. I've been trying to work on that more lately, but I didn't realize till today, until Wolf told me that I needed to stop messing with porn. And then I went online to look up more information about it, and found out that porn addiction desensitizes you to actual women in real life, and that it makes you want to just not even bother going out, because why bother? Because you can just go on and find your high with the porn. You have no motivation to go out and hunt down a mate, or what have you. Oh my goodness. So, solutions. Here is my plan. Here's my plan. My plan is basically going to be substitution. Because the urge for porn is ingrained and now hard-coded, maybe not hard-coded, but definitely deeply programmed into my psyche, based on repeated feeding that addiction, essentially. Because it's really in there, it's probably going to take a lot more work to get it out. So my philosophy is this. Okay, why do I need porn in the first place? Why was I drawn to it? Because I wasn't getting laid, and I was looking for a substitute until I could get laid. Well, it turns out that the substitute actually ended up superseding getting laid in real life, and prevented getting laid by making me not interested in other women, which is really fucked up. But apparently this has happened to a lot of guys. And it's not something that the spouse or the girlfriend or the family usually understands. Heck, I didn't understand it till today. So first of all, if you're having sex, then you shouldn't need a substitute for sex. And if you're having valuable, intimate sex where you make a connection with other humans, again, you shouldn't have a need for having a substitute for sex. So based on that principle, I would say I need to up my motivation to go out and meet women and talk to women and, just be real in the world. Not be stuck at home in my virtual world. Another thing, since the urges come, and it is an urge, and it's very powerful because I've uninstalled the programs that I used to download, and I've deleted all the porn off my hard drive before. And then like 6 months later, something happens and triggers it, and I think, well, let me just go check out a little bit. Maybe I had a date that didn't go well or something. Go back to the porn, and then I'm like, well, you know what? I should get back all that. I had all that good porn before. Let me go get that again. And then I'm up porn fishing all night long till X o'clock in the morning. And a lot of it isn't so much searching for porn as it is monitoring and managing the download of porn. Because sometimes your download will stop, or you'll get the video finally and it won't be even what it said it was. So then you have to go back and download and find something else to see if that's the video that you were looking for. So a lot of false results that take a lot of time to sort through. That's a big part of it too. So yeah, step one is to make a plan to go out and actually interact with real women in social situations and court women. Court them romantically, whatever. Real women. Step two is when the urges come, I'll substitute going and having internet sex with working out. Working out could be doing a whole bunch of karate, but it has to be intense. It has to be something that creates endorphins and dopamines, but that is healthier than porn, and that will benefit my ultimate goal of being a man who is proud of being a man. I am now, but like this is a flaw that I thought was just my own personal struggle. But now that I realize that other people have this too, I'm sharing this in hopes that it'll help me and possibly others. So I'm going to be ending this video real soon, but that's basically my two-pronged approach. Meet real women, go out socially more often, and whenever I get the urge to surf for porn or to look at porn of any kind, and bear in mind, I'm not saying porn in and of itself is a bad thing. I still believe, there's nothing wrong in looking at the female form or what have you. But it's just when you're using it as a substitute for sex, for real life sex, you're missing a human interaction and pheromone exchange and different things that you just don't get from a virtual simulated relationship. So that's one. Go out more often, meet actual women, get involved in real relationships with them, and court them and have sex, and just learn the whole mating rituals of humans. And then when the urge does come, maybe I'm stressed out or something, instead I'm gonna do sets of 20 push-ups followed by sets of 20 sit-ups, and then maybe some other routine also. But that's what my go-to routine will be. And I did that for a while and it worked, but then I stopped doing it, and then obviously it didn't work because I stopped doing it. But so that's it. So boom, I feel like whatever, I want to go surf some porn. Instead, when that thought comes into my head, I'm going to do 20 push-ups, or as many as I can do, and I'm going to do 20 sit-ups. And I'm going to try for 3 sets alternating. So 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups. Then another 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups. And then a final 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups. And that's going to be my reprogramming of when I have thoughts of internet porn. Instead, I'm going to do a workout. But also there's something else. A lot of times Facebook draws me into chatting with people on the computer. And I know I can do it on my phone, but a lot of times I'm on the computer, and I need to be. One of the things, if I'm chatting with females who I'm trying to have a romantic situation with, I'm going to get them, I'm basically going to say to them, I have internet addiction, and so I need to get off here, but I really enjoyed talking to you, and if you want to meet, I'd love to meet up with you in person and have a coffee and continue this conversation. Or, something like that. That's kind of the idea that came to me. That way I'm not feeding my addiction, because in addition to having internet porn addiction, I also have internet addiction. I find something, especially with Facebook, I find something on Facebook, somebody says something, I gotta go look up whether it's true, find proof or evidence for or against either way, then write a post refuting, in many cases, what was said, giving the actual information, and it just takes forever, when really all I was on Facebook to do was to check if I had any messages. So I also need to tell myself in conjunction that maybe I only go on Facebook on my computer maybe 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, let's say Monday, Thursday, Saturday. That seems like good days. And then anybody that wants to get a hold of me will have my actual telephone number. So that's it in a nutshell, folks. Obviously, I'm falling asleep here, so I'm going to let you go, and hopefully this is helpful to somebody. And you guys have a good night. And be blessed.